Happy times. I really need to wear my Trump hat for this video because I've just found a comic book which is truly unique. And there's not many comic books that you read nowadays that actually have a go at some of the icons of the left. And I'm talking about Stalin and Lenin, or the favourites of Jeremy Corbyn here in the UK. Oh, hello world. Hello YouTube land. How are you trumping? Well, this comic book then. The art isn't the best. It's an indie book, but the art is serviceable. It's the story which is pure joy, because it's just attacking the lefties in a manner that you don't get in contemporary comic books, right? And you know what it's like in Marvel comic books and well, any comic book you can think of, really. It's all about the Nazis all the time, isn't it? The Nazis are a big threat today. And in the real world, it drips down like I always say, like Breitbart used to say, politics is downstream from culture. And so you've got some Antifa running around the streets of America looking for imaginary Nazis. And that comes from comic books and comes from the movies and everything. But the real threat to the West today is communists. And that's what this book's all about. Okay then, so Fighting American. Tyson Comics by Gordon Rennie and art by Duke Myton. So the art isn't bad, it's serviceable. It's just maybe not as good as some of the best art that you get in a top DC comic book, a metal event comic book, but it was okay. Right, we go then. I'll just quickly zoom through the comic book and show you what's happening here, show you some of the highlights, I think. We've got superheroes from, there's a nice explanation here about where the original characters came from. It's a Kirby character. It's from the 1950s, and his name is Nelson Flagg. He's a bit like Captain America. He's basically your super patriot, right? And he's transported 62 years later into the future, which is now. It's contemporary times, into New York. And he's got all these communist types here. So he's chasing these communists who escaped into the future. These people, they'd be very popular today. They better get a job anywhere. They better get a job for Marvel or in government or any corporation working for the HR department. Anyway, look at this. You've got little moments like this. Sacred Lenin's tomb. He keeps having these little outbursts when things happen. It's really, really funny. Capitalist fantasies, and it's all this stuff. Right? Anyway, so these are the bad guys, and here come the heroes chasing them. Here we go. Speed Boy and Fighting American. And he tells off Speed Boy, so it's very different to contemporary comic books in that the man acts like a man. He's in charge of things, and he knows he's in charge of things. And we've got another character here. Where is he? The professor type. And he's comically whacking his little helper. Like, know your place. So it's kind of over the top old masculinity, and it's quite funny actually. But it's just getting your younger generations to respect their elders, as it should be. I always respect my elders, even if they're a crazy communist. I still respect them, because life is tough, and if you manage to just survive on this planet into your 60s, 70s, or 80s, then I have admiration for you. So I do admire my elders, but even though I'm not sadly okay with that sort of behaviour. Anyway, so we got the Fighting American in. I like that. He's always running all the time like this. He's fighting in contemporary New York, looking for these communists. And Speed Boy sees the new adverts in Times Square, and he's going, "Oh my God, what's happening?" So it's the decadence of modern day life, where this just overt exploitation of sexuality, which the feminists don't seem to care about anymore. It's just really out there. It's out in the open now, and that's obviously the first thing that you notice if you came from the 1950s. You'd be thinking, "Wow, that's a bit risque, isn't it?" I think he likes it, Speed Boy. This future world, it's kind of, oh golly. It's very funny. I look at the old communist there. Oh God, he reminds me of a Trotsky type. Or I was reading. Hang on. Reading this National Geographic yesterday, which is the history of the Russian Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, and some of these communist characters. I'll show you the ugliness. Really, it shows on their exterior. If I can get a picture of one of them. Where is he? Oh, Lenin. Well, there's the main man himself. The idol for all the righteous narcissists in SJW Marvel. Where is his ugly character? There we go. This right here. This, what's his name? Kalinsky. Just the ugliness of communism. This guy is basically your secret police, your thought crime type of policeman. His job was to make sure that the party wasn't challenged at all. So this guy, if he was alive today, I'm sure he'd be working for Twitter and banning all the accounts that say anything against the communists. Anyway, back to the comic book. We got them racing through New York City, fighting trying to find these communists. There they are. And this is a really funny panel here, where they've been told to keep a low profile, and they're surrounded by a million smartphones, and they obviously haven't got a clue what's going on here. Listen to this. Why is everyone holding those shiny pocket notebook things at us? So it's just they don't know what's happening in the modern world. And wouldn't it be weird if you came from the 1950s and everyone's doing that at you? It's very odd. And it's one of the main super villains. Right, I don't know if this is deliberate or not, but she's a woman with a little mask on there. She reminds me of a particular failed politician, right? And particularly in that shot there, that looks like a certain senior Mrs. Clinton. Because let's face it, she is pretty communistic in her outlook, is Clinton. So if the communists from the past were coming into the future, the first person that they would go to is someone like it'd be Clinton or Barack Obama. Maybe Barack Obama will make an appearance later on in this book, or someone that at least looks like him. Okay, so the superheroes go to a bank, like deposit box, where they think that's. I'm going to do a spoiler here, by the way. Where they think that there's going to be some tools for them that the professor put in the past, so they can use in the future. But they open the safety deposit box, and they see that it's actually a message from a super villain instead, called Chaos Lad. Oh dear. Because you know those Bolsheviks like chaos. And at the end of the book, here comes a spoiler. It's from chaos. That's when they take power. Which was, I just read about the Bolsheviks. They only got about 20% of the vote in Russia, and so they cause a lot of chaos, and they seize reigns of power. At the end of the book, we got our two superheroes in great peril, surrounded by the black stormtroopers of the modern socialist state. So, oh no, what's going to happen to the next issue? I love a cliffhanger. And there we go. That's it. That's the Fighting American top book. Very funny, as I showed you some of those panels, which made me laugh. There's lots more of that kind of stuff going on in the book as well, and it's just really refreshing to see superheroes fighting against communists rather than reading a comic book where all the heroes are communists. So it's turning the world upside down, the current world, 2017, having the lefties as the bad guys and the old-fashioned masculine heroes as the good guys for a change. Very, very odd and very, very enjoyable indeed. So Fighting American, Titan Comics, issue #1, out now. Get it, support these types of comic books. These are the books that we need to be buying, not the junk that's coming from the communist left, which is pretty much all that SJW Marvel do at the moment. So thanks for doing the book, guys, and cheers for watching my video. I'll be back later. Cheers again. See ya. Goodbye. I'm waffling. I never have a good ending to these videos, do I? I'm going to have to look at Diversity in Comics and Captain Cummins and see how they end the videos, because it always drags and drags and drags. See you. Goodbye. Cheers.